Hi, my name is Chris Loranger, and I play for the organization Team Evil Geniuses.
So Chris, what is it like for you to be here at BlizzCon?
It's amazing to be here. I think it's the first time I've been here, and I haven't actually had to compete, but as a fan, it's been great. Seeing all my friends, the guys that are playing here, has been amazing, and it's the first time I really got to enjoy BlizzCon as an event itself, as well as not having to, have the pressure of playing.
Long story, how did you get involved in esports?
I kind of fell into it, I guess. I didn't know that much about esports. I played StarCraft I since I was really young, and then I started playing StarCraft II when the beta came out. I was in the process of joining the military, and I just, played it. There's some online tournaments. From word of mouth, I just started getting more and more involved, and then got my first contract offer from a team called Team Millennium. And then I joined Liquid, and then I joined EG. So it just, I don't know, it just kind of happened. I didn't really plan it, didn't really look for it, I just fell into it.
How have you seen opportunities for new gamers in esports evolve since you became a pro?
Definitely. I think it's a lot easier now. I think esports is more widespread. It's a lot more known. I know all my friends, they've heard about me from back home. They didn't know that much about it, but I get messages from like old high school friends who are like, oh wow, I can't believe you play. I never knew you played games, and it's just more widely accepted, and there's more information out there. And when players are making real money and they can live off of it, it's just become a more real part of society.
What have you sacrificed to get where you are today?
What have I sacrificed? I've sacrificed. I mean, a lot of people sacrifice a lot of things. I sacrifice time is the biggest thing I would say. Most people that go pro are going to be in high school or in college or in between somewhere. So obviously you're going to be sacrificing education to try to do this. Mostly just time. I've been very rewarded for it financially, so it's a good trade-off for me. But a lot of people, I guess, end up on the short end of that stick. But I like it. I'm thankful.
Take us through a day of your life as a pro gamer. Is when you get up to where you go to bed.
A normal day for me as a pro gamer when I'm home practicing would be probably wake up about maybe 11 a.m. or so, wake up, check normal Skype messages, emails, stuff like that, see if I have to have any sponsorship obligations or anything like that, eat breakfast, probably play about 3 or 4 hours, take an hour break, eat again, do the same thing, check everything, play another 3 or 4 hours, take another break, and then after that everything is like extra credit, I guess. You do like watch VODs, watch replays, watch other players you consider better than you, do studying, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. How important is it not only to play but to actually watch matches and study people's different strategies?
At the highest level, it's insanely important. You learn more from watching than you do playing. Playing is more like Playing's like you're at the gym in any regular sport. You want to stay in shape. You need to keep that. You need to practice, and you need to make sure that all your mechanics are sound. And then there's just a lot of mental part of it that you gotta keep up with the current meta, the current strategies. You gotta keep formulating new plans, because if you fall behind in that way, even if you're the fastest player, the best mechanically, you're still gonna lose if you're behind in the mental aspects.
What do you think selling out NBA arenas and soccer stadiums means for legitimizing esports?
It means a lot, obviously. The more people that are involved, the more fans, the more players. It's the easiest way to make esports legitimate. People like to go talking about how like ESPN CEO or whatever he was is like saying that we don't want esports on the channel, or he doesn't approve of it personally. But as long as esports keeps growing at the rate that it's growing, it doesn't matter who approves or who doesn't approve. As long as it keeps getting bigger, and it's just going to be a socially accepted thing. There's not going to be a battle or a fight about it. It's going to be something.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about pro gamers?
The biggest misconception about pro gamers is that they're just your average basement dweller gamers, and that's not the case at all. The highest pro gamers earn 6 figures, or even more money, earn millions for some special cases. We look after ourselves, we exercise, we eat healthily, we go on training regimens. It's not like we stay up until 6 a.m. playing and we just live a shitty lifestyle. We're professionals. We do this professionally, and we take it very seriously, and we're sacrificing a lot of time, we're sacrificing education, so we got to make sure it's a big payoff for us in other ways.
What are your thoughts on the fan feud between League of Legends and StarCraft players? Thank you.
The feud is I feel like the people that are in the feud are very short-sighted. I've played both games. Obviously, I play StarCraft professionally, but I'm not bad at League of Legends. I enjoy the game. I don't know. LoL has this reputation of being a very casual game compared to StarCraft, which is a more intense game. Both games are great. Both games have their plus sides and their negative sides. I think it's petty, to be honest. I think LoL players will be more than happy to say like their game is a lot easier than StarCraft II in a lot of ways, but in some ways LoL is actually harder, and the team component just makes it a completely different game.
Where do you see esports 5 years from now?
Esports 5 years from now, continuing the path. So instead of having one NBA stadium sold out a year or one soccer stadium, it'll be 5, 6, whatever, and it'll be the more regular thing. And once we get to that point, it's just going to keep growing and be more accepted.